The ancient fortress of Zaramoth's horns cracked and crumbled. The force of the new cataclysm shook every tree, every cave, every village. The agonized souls that emerged from the shattered ley lines were now freed from their magical shackles. So the end of the Second Age came as the first.
Even the Earth has turned against us.
So, you are the one troubling my minions. I'll admit that our attempts to remove your kind from the Broken Lands have met with considerable resistance, but it is only a matter of time. The sunken forest has already fallen under our control, and so soon shall the Broken Lands. Be warned, I care not if the Grimsayers believe you are the true Seeker. I will have no trouble destroying you for interfering further. Leave this place!
Artillery! Mark your distance! Prepare to fire on my mark! Fire! Steady, men! Steady! Incoming! Take cover!
Over 1,000 years ago, a battle was fought on what is now known as the Plain of Tears. Azanites fought against Zaramoth and his dark minions. This is the battle that led to the first cataclysm. But this your histories tell you already, at least in part. During a pivotal moment of the battle, a number of warriors turned on their own people. This moment came to be known as the betrayal. The betrayal took place in the throne room of the Agallan king, my father. He didn't realize that his council had been turned against him, that Malith, a trusted member of the High Council, was in league with Zaramoth. It was only the power of my father's magic supporting the warriors on the Plain of Tears that kept Zaramoth's dark wizards from destroying everyone on the battlefield. When my father fell, so did his protection. The king cried for help from the other council members, but quickly realized that all were in league with Malith. With a wave of his hand, he ended the lives of all the council members. All but Malith. He set his most powerful curse on Malith herself. He said, "You would betray me to claim my throne? Then you shall have it for all eternity." She screamed and pleaded with my father, but it was too late. My father collapsed to the floor with a dark smile on his face. But it was at that moment the sword of Zaramoth and the shield of Azanai clashed on the Plain of Tears, and their combined energies exploded, destroying the world in the first cataclysm. And the shockwave shattered the magic that kept the city aloft. Agallan was falling from the sky. I ran to my father's side as the inevitable end approached. But with his final strength, he sent as many of his people as he could, far from the dying Agallan. Now, for over 1,000 years, at the bottom of the ocean, Agallan has been my father's grave, and Malith's undying tomb.
A visitor. How nice. I'd get up, but, well, let's not dwell on unpleasantries. Please excuse my outburst. Shall we begin?
I am still receiving visions. And if I still receive them, perhaps others amongst our people retain the gift.
Stop! None of the Electar retain the gift, Seren. None.
It is not true. I still have some of my ability. There may be hope for—
What would you have us do, Seren? Terminar has come and gone. We could not stop it, and for our arrogance in trying, we have been stricken blind. The world is broken. We have failed in our charge. Time now to think of our own survival.
Cowards and fools! For millennia, you prepare for a storm, and now that the sky has grown dark and the rain falls, you run for shelter.
Enough! You leave us no choice, Seren. The Council of Three cannot allow you to poison our people with your lies.
Don't bother banishing me. I won't stay here. There is a growing evil in the north, and I go to face it. Join me if you find your spines.
Yes, Seren. Come to me. You will prove a useful tool.
Finally. My mind is my own again.
You still have a choice to make, Shadow Elf. Thanks to Malith, the throne has a life force of its own. You must either destroy it or bond with it to try and claim its dark power for your own.
No, I don't have to do anything. It was you and your kind that brought about the cataclysm. Your wars almost killed us all. I'm leaving. And you should be thankful that you're already dead.
Oh no, I told you that you would be a useful tool, Seren.
She is nothing if not resourceful. Your choice is clear now, Seren. You must take Malith's place on the throne. The sacrifice is great, but in this way, you can save the world from another cataclysm.
This cannot be. There must be another way. With her in my mind, I could only hope to bind her again. It's a horrible price to pay, but it was at least my choice. My act of will, not hers.
Yes. Tell yourself that, puppet.
but soon I will control you completely, and my plans will continue.
Give it a rest. We've got all of eternity to get your plans for vengeance and whatnot. Let's just have a little quiet for now. As Malith's control over my mind clenched shut, I felt strangely like I did when I began this journey. I didn't know if destroying the throne would have any effect. For all I knew, it would kill us all. But I didn't care. Malith wasn't going to sit in my head and use me anymore. My mind is my own now. And in some small way, I've kept the promise of the Electar. The world is safe from another cataclysm. For now.
Sidara, wait. You mustn't go. Dark signs mark your path.
So now you are a soothsayer, as well as a battle mage. I saw it, Alistair. I saw the ancient artifact. After all this time, it has resurfaced. You, of all people, know what its power could mean for the Legion. I must go after it.
Then I'm going with you.
You are not a seeker. If you leave your post, the 10th Legion will hunt you down and kill you for a traitor.
That is not important.
Quiet, my love. I am a seeker, and the need is great.
She left that night and disappeared. Word reached the Legion a week later that she boarded a ship out of the northern reaches, where I'm headed now. She was right, though. The 10th Legion will hunt me down for this. I'm as good as dead already. No one walks away from the Legion and lives. My only hope is to return with something greater than my betrayal to offer for my life. I must find Sidara, and together we must find the artifact before the Legion tracks us down. It is a path down the edge of a sword, but it is the only one that will lead me back to Sidara. I have done all that was asked, Sidara, but I am still no closer to saving you. The artifact is not here, and killing Malith brought no answers. What? You expect me to hand you Sidara's soul? What madness is this?
The artifact you speak of was once mine. Malith's minions brought it here. I can only assume that its power is now part of the throne. It is possible that over the thousands of years it has gained some will of its own. Safer by far to destroy it and find another way to free Sidara.
I thought that killing the beast would release Sidara, but it seems that this throne carries part of Malith's power.
Then, I do not envy your choice. It may be possible that only by giving the crystal to the throne can you reverse what has been done. But at what cost, I do not know. Make your choice, mage.
There was no choice but to give the crystal to the throne. With her spirit bonded to the throne, Sidara and I can be together for eternity. I can feel the power of the ley lines coursing through me now. Perhaps it is time to finish the work that Malith began. When the throne was destroyed, its hold over Sidara ended. I could not have anticipated this outcome. It was more than I dared to hope. The artifact was broken with the throne. But with the Agallans and the Legionnaires from the Citadel of Dran to support us, I believe the 10th Legion will have to accept us back into the fold. We did save the world, after all.
The third age of man began at the moment of the second cataclysm. There was no warning. Unlike the first cataclysm, there was no great war that built up to this. It was the world, and then it was broken. I was in the south when the world ended. Since then, the mark forces me to move north. Always north. I do not know what awaits me in the broken lands beyond, but there is a strange sense I'm traveling home. I do not know why that fills me with dread. So, it finally ends for Malith. Malith and Zaramoth were the leaders of the betrayal, but their deaths do not absolve all of the Agallans that I cursed. What do you mean? I went to the tomb of the ancestors. I atoned for my sins. What more could you ask? Would that I could alter the curse now, but it was set when I still lived. Now, as a spirit, I cannot undo what I have placed in motion, and there is no one more powerful than I left to break the curse. What is the price the curse demands? The one who would end the curse must remove Malith from my throne, which you have done, and take her place. This is the price I placed on the curse. You have witnessed the toll this took on Malith. The price is too great. I cannot. The cost of the betrayal was even greater. Make your choice, Mogrim. I came here to save my people. This thing is done. Now, it is Mogrim's suffering alone that bears the burden of the betrayal. I will think of my people's rebirth to give me strength throughout my eternity here on this throne. One must willingly sacrifice to atone for all. It was not an easy choice. I came here to save my people, but I did not understand the price. It was too high. I left and returned to the south, to my home. None of my people knew that I had sealed their fate, that I had redemption in my grasp for them. But I know, and perhaps that knowledge is no better than an eternity trapped in that throne.